July 9, 2023, Sunday. 24 hours to the criminal system present the reasons. We will raise this situation here and we will make a review. Quite simple. The first thing we could get that the new design of the organized crime putting the domain or the image as permutative allow to get both, and of course the entire purpose and scheduled events at the transnational organized crime to prevent the disgrace in the near future. Which kind of future do you want? People that got hurt aren't gonna have a second chance, and even in much worse, people that got murdered. We will check that in the guideline as accusation is the corruption, a crime in our areas, and the informations, the institutional intelligence, the business intelligence, and all other elements that the public corruption got in touch with the corporate corruption transferring to the criminal organization, including resources all around, and has other crimes, all covered by fake records and fake data. They know all crimes, same pattern as the domain and image that now are, helping. This is the idea. We could check that they got institutional level, but how they got there, how they got the entry and advanced until get such higher level of power, and why they are continuing having interference by criminal purpose even at science, and the pattern of curves changed, equally impacting the quality of trades at the markets and also the records of trade mates and traders. The agents to be at the new criminal space is the same agency by agents considering groups on business and show business. The first thing we will check that I have my macro conjuncture. My macro conjuncture has architectures on it, and in each architecture I have institutions. This kind of thing help me to do the decisions globally. But I could observe that the failures on my macro conjuncture got kind of integrated and starts to form circles that projected itself into my environment as global architecture of regular decision and organization by the pattern named Fibonacci. This situation here is named Dutch product or Dutch internal product. The behavior that we have here and this situation formed is named Banach's space. Was complained by the Interpol that the corporations, and we got corporation as structures, must have strong networks to prevent this. So we decided to use our tool. Even, we in a moment kind of after the requirement, because when it was made I have no idea that all this would happen. The regular area goes like this, the criminal activity goes like this. Since it's inside my environment, as regular environment can be the Nissan, the IBM, the State Department, or the Security Forum, I just have to trace this, and from here I will get everybody until got things unveiled. Was the pattern number 1. The pattern number 2 is generally observing that to do this, I observe that the criminal activity is invasive, will entice, stalk, harass, and after do a lot of things, will try to murder you as victim, or affect your activity and business. And this in the regular area, the agents put them to walking through and unveil things at the illicit area. We could check patterns as white collar crime, unshun business, bondage, dominance, submission, and something else, and piracy as institution. The pattern number 3, after we got the piracy, we could understand that the regular functions that I have, considering the structure as department and office, got affected by estimated values in general, financial values not related with the activity or the purpose as itself, allowing me to get the parallel function by the parallel use of power and all other things, and finally discovering that entire judges, ministries, or others doing the influence are not exposed, but also at the scam having the influence as insider trader or doing the self-dealing with relatives at the parallel structures and parallel functions. The pattern number 4 that we could understand that in general this goes to do trades, and we will check that the total perception of things will be kind of here as the corrupted area, and I just have to trace this area here to understand the architecture in global scale as criminality. The pattern number 5 we could understand is that I have rights and expectations in generally that must be according with the law. But since they got frustrated and I had the creation of new rights and things, I'm setting intervals at the flow of rights. The interval allow this kind of activity to do this. I just have to chase the new legal architecture created, and they make decision by judges, investors, and others to track this. We did this too. We could understand that now the criminal architecture and as pandemic event is totally segmented, and with a charge as 38 trillion against Brazil and peers, with regressions against Brazil and peers, with regressions against Brazil, public department and corporate, until the chairs having the decision they all caught unbudgeted. Our regressive model just to boost and keep our level of excellence in the last 24 hours, considering that the criminal offenders won't gonna have this. One more time, there are requests for criminal conviction by the use of state and institutional power for trust, intimidation, stealing intellectual asset and intelligence from your company and also resource, transferring to criminal organizations all around, keeping all crimes including murders covered in themselves by fake data. We have the model to do the regressions until the checks. We will observe that's not here a mobile without connection or totally wrecked, be cloned, and even having the interconnected by this, by the light, the automatic light in your house, or cloning the motherboard of your computer and have installation of things in violation of your codes, privacy, data, and a lot of elements. But in general, they are all covered as crime by fake records that know all crimes, and in the same way the image caught nowadays presented as domain have they know about the domain that put them there to be the image of this domain covered. Scheme totally uncovered. We expect all consequences affordable, including the death penalty against treasonous acts and the trust and accreditation of officers to act in neutral area to kill the threats we all. Take a look on Risk Report 2023, tracejuly.blogspot.com. Last 24 hours, and our criminal system will probably try the same fraudulent things they did until this point. Complaining since 2014, OECD, IMF, UNODC, and when I kick at the systemic crime in Brazil, suffering a lot of unfair aggressions without any kind of rationality by law. But we struggled and defeated this criminal system and won them totally according with the consequence punished, including the capital punishment and the events on neutral area. Have a nice week.